Cities have the capability of providing something for everybody only because and only when they are created by everybody. Jane Jacobs, urban activist. A defining feature of urbanization in the 20th century is the phenomenon of car-centric planning that privileges the use and connectivity of the private automobile, often to the exclusion of the people who walk, bike, or use public transit. The research explores its collective impact on the quality of urban living. On August 11, 2022, the Makati city government declared a climate emergency. Mayor Binay stressed, "Now is a crucial time to act, and we need to act fast. We need thinkers, doers, and movers." The research is in cooperation with Makati City's movement, making it the viable research location, specifically the Makati Central Business District that houses most of the country's leading firms and sustainable developments amidst persistent difficulties. A significant contribution to air pollution are motor vehicles. This is especially true in Metro Manila, where there is a 2.5 million annual average daily traffic. The research amplifies the correlation cycling as a sustainable transport tool to the overall health of the people, as it has been shown that participation in regular physical activity, such as active travel through walking and cycling, improves mental and physical health. Meanwhile, former President Duterte signed Proclamation No. 1052 designating a National Bicycle Day. House Bill 8156 seeks to provide bicycle lanes on all main roads and highways. The rise of cycling led the national government to allocate a total of 1.09 billion pesos to build the 497-kilometer bicycle lane network across Metro Manila, Metro Cebu, and Metro Davao. Other cities in the country have been adopting cycling as part of their development plans, including Marikina, Cebu, Vigan, Pasig, and Iloilo, the top bike-friendly city in 2021. Makati City has been actively promoting pedestrians and cyclists in their developments. The city also have designated bicycle lanes in the CBD and walkable underpasses and elevated walkways. It is no coincidence that the most livable cities in the world have adopted a strong urban cycling culture, promoting a sustainable transport system while inviting social cohesion, independence among children, and overall providing a healthier lifestyle for everyone. Anderson shares that cycling through the city closely connects the cyclist with the urban landscape, using all senses, in contrast to being in a vacuum-packed life inside a private car. This phenomenon raises the question of how to provide and sustain a healthy environment for the people as city planning continues to accommodate cars. The research aims to explore the factors affecting the end user's well-being to produce a healthy and sustainable spatial design, to investigate and incorporate the relevance and benefits of the community cycling hub's design principles and activity systems in improving the factors mentioned, to incorporate the design principles of humanities playground anchored in the practical applications of theories to be discussed, which leads us to the goal of this research, to render a pilot model of a community cycling hub in consideration of time, cost, community quarantine, and other safety protocols for COVID-19. The study is limited to designing urban green social spaces featuring cycling facilities for the target users, the workers, commuters, and general goers of Makati Central Business District, where 3 urban voids are to be examined as viable locations for the space. The research examines integrated land use and transport strategies, including a case study of Germany and Tokyo, arguing that the environmental problems in a city can be regarded as inevitable byproducts from its spatial development process, creating social and green spaces in cities, wherein a case study in Indonesia stated the importance of third places. The study explores the urban voids revitalization framework as a tool to assess their viability and values. The conceptualized shared growth urban renewal of Spur by Makati City will guide the research in its undertaking. Finally, the research will be guided by the Arcadis Sustainable Cities Index in attempting to alleviate a global phenomenon. The research recognizes the importance and urgency of creating sustainable third places introduced by Ray Oldenburg. The theoretical framework is built through the interpretation of Henry Lefebvre's spatial triad, where humanity's playground, a playground for all, and a hub for creativity, innovation, and conversation portrays the conceived space, which embodies the concept and idea applied to the physical space. The spatial environment layout and design is the perceived physical space. The sense of vigorous, interactive, and playful community corresponds to the lived experience space. Collectively, these new seeds lead to the creation of a new third place. Finally, the output recognizes the numerous studies linked to biophilia hypothesis introduced by Edward O. Wilson. The thesis argues the need to revitalize urban livability degraded by car-centric planning. However, the phenomenon of unequal land use entails another challenge to identify urban spaces where a healthy environment can be provided and sustained. Therefore, the study will be utilizing urban voids as strategic locations for a new healthy environment. The exploration and consideration of green open spaces is anchored to their benefits to the physical and psychological health. Interactive social spaces are studied to restore the social well-being of communities. The study explores the bicycle culture and the burgeoning bicycle urbanism movement as the basis for the consideration of cycling facilities and activities in the proposed space. The process of data collection is through a purposive sampling strategy. The successful documentation of responses and research findings is followed by the study and integration of spatial triad for the production of a new biophilic third place, which leads us to the envisioned output. The study utilizes the postmodernism methodology in qualitative research. The following data collection methods will be conducted. First is through observation and documentation in Makati CBD public areas. Second, in-depth interviews of selected individuals grouped into 3. A wider scope of the targeted population can be reached through online surveys accomplished by the users. The fourth method employs secondary research through review of related literature and selected case studies as channels for comprehensive investigation. Documentation of responses and findings will follow data analysis and interpretation. Design conceptualization follows, and then the research can now proceed to design conceptualization and programming. From here, conclusion and recommendation will be made. As a passionate cyclist myself, born and raised in the serene landscapes of the province of Abra, this research is an essential step to my vision of finding and empowering my community through the bicycle culture, starting with bringing the envisioned space to Makati City, my second home. I present to you Humanities Playground, a community cycling hub positioned at the urban voids of central business districts, envisioned to combat the devastating consequences of car-centric planning. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.